All right. Yeah. So it's been a while for you and I hanging out. I know, a couple of weeks, right?
I was on like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. God. What is time?
What is time?
What is time? What is time? And who knows? Who knows really, Um B, how the hell are you?
I'm doing okay, just waiting for it to get above 50 degrees. And I was going to watch Solo today. I was.
Have you not seen it?
I've seen the first like 6 minutes of it.
Okay.
I was going to watch it today. And then I
Hey
just
Brendan.
don't know what happened. Like next thing I knew, it was like 2 hours before the show. And I'm like, I can't speed run Solo.
Mm-mm. Hey Zach. Yeah, no, you cannot speed run Solo. It's one of those movies that needs to just you need to just absorb it. And it's fun. It's fun. It's a very fun movie.
Like I had my notebook ready and everything. Like I was going to have detailed notes that I was going to bring to you.
I'm just expecting just messages throughout the week. Like, why did this happen?
See, what's going to happen is I would say something on threads and be like, where is Captain Rex? Or renew the acolyte, and all the incels were going to try coming after me again. I must. So, for those of you who are watching, I posted my one sentence review of Maul. Was my thoughts on the Maul finale is that they should renew the acolyte because my response to everything is renew the acolyte, and it was good for like 24 hours,
Yep.
and then I think I must have been posted somewhere because then it was just like the incels dove in.
Like them.
Right? They're like, Maul had more plot than all of the acolyte, and I'm like,
You sure about that?
is the plot like in the room with us? Oh, there was arguments. I'm going to be reading these dramatically to myself whenever I'm having a bad day for like the next year.
I mean, as you should, right? Like as you should. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get to Maul in a little bit. We're catching up, but we're gonna get to Maul here in a little bit. Um, yeah, no, those neckbeards. Every time those incels, every time somebody brings up the acolyte, ah!
Just let it go, man. And it's so funny because they either have like an AI generated gym picture
Exactly.
or no profile picture. And it's so interesting to me because usually, like, if people don't like a show, you just like ignore it, right? Like, you're
Yeah,
not going to give it attention. But actively calling on a show to be canceled to me is like a whole other thing. And I know we talk about this like every single time I'm on,
we do,
but
but it's fine.
I'm like, and for me, that one sentence wasn't like bashing Maul. It was like the same renew the acolyte joke that like all of us have.
Yeah, it. And at this point, is it really a joke? To me, it's one of those things where, hey, you messed up Disney with canceling it. Like you need to renew it. Like bring it back.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if the cast would want to come back at this point.
I don't know either. Considering, well, also considering a couple of them are dead now. Um, but yeah, I don't know if they would either. I mean, Amandla Stenberg, or Steinberg, she got a lot of crap for that show, and she was fantastic. She was absolutely fantastic in that show. I mean, it's the harassment campaign against those actors was just awful. I mean, it's exactly what happened to um oh god, what's her name? The Rose from
Oh,
Last Jedi. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that story to me is especially sad. Like hearing her talk about
Kelly
how
Rose. Yeah.
she like had to lie to her parents about where she was going to film. You know, she's got the role of a lifetime. and couldn't tell her parents about it.
Yeah.
And then that turned into like being forced off of social media.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, Brennan, the Acolyte didn't work for a lot of people, but you know, people, yeah, a lot of people that didn't think the first season was great want to see what was going to happen because they were starting to set it up really well. I mean, even John said that a couple of weeks ago, was that like the setup was more than that first season. Like the setup was going to be amazing, but here we are.
But
Here
you
we
know what
are.
they want? They want, or we can talk all spoilers from all, right? Like, I just want to make sure
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we're like I said, we're going to dive into it here in a little bit, but yeah.
So, yeah. So it's like we have just like all this cool lore and, Manny Jacinto and like all of that in Acolyte. But apparently, what executives think we want is just more Darth Vader standing there for no apparent reason. When Vader showed up in Maul, I literally said, "You've got to be fucking kidding me."
I said the same thing. I said the
And
same exact thing.
I immediately took out my phone and messaged you. Like
You're
the
like,
credits weren't even rolling.
oh man, so when I watched it, I I I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then I almost threw my remote at the TV because I was so angry. Like out of all of the characters, like, oh, it'll lead will lead him to him or something like that. I mean, I when I heard that line and they said him, I was like, okay, it's either going to be one of two people. It's going to be Sidious, which I think would be amazing because he has beef with Sidious, or it's going to be Vader. And I'm like, and I'm 99% sure it's Vader. And sure enough, as soon as I heard that breathing, I went, fuck.
It's just it's so tired. Like give
Yes.
me original characters. Give me original characters I like because I'm gonna say it for everyone who hated Amanda's characters in Acolyte. Love Devin. Devin sucks. I'm gonna say it right now. Devin sucks.
Oh, I hate Devin. I
She has
I
no
hate that story.
personality.
I also saw that twist coming from a mile away. Like just she's not a great character. She's just not a great character.
And I
Um
don't like I would rather them dove into why Maul is obsessed with her specifically.
yeah.
I would have liked
Um
that, even if it's just like she's there, even if the whole reasoning was she is there and a force user. But I just
yeah.
don't care about her backstory. But like we all knew the Jedi was gonna die. Like we all knew he wasn't making it out of
oh,
season one.
the writing was clearly on the wall. I mean, it was clearly on the wall. Um like I knew he wasn't going to. Um you know what? Why don't we just knock them all out of the way before we talk other nerdy things?
And
Let's just do this.
I
Huh?
feel like I sound like such a hater,
No,
but
no.
there was potential
Yeah,
and they threw away potential.
I agree.
I kind of wonder if they didn't have a script done in time and they just filled everything with chase scenes. Because, like, I love a good chase scene, I love a good
Hmm.
battle, but I don't like it when that's 90% of every episode and the
Yeah,
rest of it is just cliche.
yeah. Um, no, I agree. I will say this, like there were a few chase scenes that I absolutely loved throughout the season, and I'm with you on like I'd rather have story than chase scenes.
Mhm.
Um, I loved the one where they escape the police station and Devin's actually driving the speeder. And then like uh Doki throws the speeder bike like into like the transport. Like I love that. Thought that scene was awesome. Um the battle on the bridge I thought was great because that was Maul versus the Inquisitors as well. And then I love the one where Doki, Devin, and Maul were teaming up against the Inquisitors while Lawson, Riley, and the others are trying to escape. Like, I thought that that was a great fight scene in battle too. But yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, the bridge was good. I mean, I think that I will say, I appreciated how the animators decided to show off
Hmm.
when Maul is fighting the Inquisitors, like in the cave area, and you saw them through the waterfall.
Yes.
I saw that, and I'm like, that is a gorgeous scene. I know they were having fun there. Like they probably
Mhm.
chained them in a basement, like they did the Arcane animators. But people were like, "This is going to win an Emmy."
I don't
So
think so.
what? And to me, like, there were a few things about that episode specifically.
Hmm.
The first is you can only have too many times where you're like holding the lightsaber up and it starts spinning. Like after the second time, I'm like, okay, we get it, it spins. Like, but also I have the subtitles on when I watch stuff.
Hmm.
And for me, this is gonna sound so weird. One of the reasons I like subtitles on is I like knowing how to spell characters' names in my head.
Absolutely.
As weird as that might sound. And so for me, like when Maul's like buddies start dying and it's like says, like who's saying it, and it says Icarus. I'm like, so we have these characters, we have these friends that he's like heartbroken by their deaths. This is the only time I'm learning their names is through subtitles.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I should be sad. Like, who is this dude? He's just some random dude who's like shot at stormtroopers if in
Yeah.
cops a few times. Um,
Yes.
why are you bothering to show me this in the recap? Like, I don't know if there's stuff I missed from not watching other things, but the show kind of failed its duty to do like an as you know Bob for the casual viewer.
Yeah, I think if they had done a recap of the mall stuff from Clone Wars, it would have been easier. Because then you could have saw. Okay, so let me go to the Devon thing because you were wondering about like what's his obsession with Devon. Um, so Maul in Clone Wars, Maul sees the writing on the wall. He knows what's about to go down because he had that bond with Sidious and with Count Dooku. So he's had those bonds, so he knows what's going to go down. He attacks Mandalore and lays siege to Mandalore, and tries to take it over in order to draw Kenobi and Skywalker out. Um, in which Kenobi and Skywalker are whisked away to Coruscant for Order 60, or well, not Order 66, but because the Chancellor has been kidnapped. So Ahsoka deals with the siege of Mandalore, and they have this knockdown drag out fight, and it's an epic fight, like totally epic fight, and it's this clashing of ideologies and everything. And I believe that Maul sees that how strong Ahsoka is, and he believes like she's the one that can help him stop Sidious. Well, of course, they go their own separate ways after Order 66. But with Devin, he sees all of the potential from Ahsoka in her. So that's what I was that's what I picked up on it. I still think she's a terrible character, but that's what I picked up on it.
Yeah, there's just the characters aren't intriguing to me.
Uh,
I
lo-
think we've had
yeah,
potential, but it kind of led me to the thought of like, who is the audience for this show?
yeah,
Like, is this for adult Star Wars fans? Is this for teens? Because the way that Riley and Devin are written makes me think like, oh, they meant this for teens. But with
yeah,
all the background stuff with Maul, I'm like, but is this also fan service for adults? Because I don't know if like casual viewer teens have watched all of Clone Wars and everything else.
yeah. I get it. I get it. They were trying to make it a new entry point for people that have never seen the other animated things, and
It didn't work.
no, and it really hasn't. It to me it didn't work either, because even as a Star Wars fan, I was still a little confused because it had been a long time since I watched Clone Wars. So like I forgot a bunch of the Maul stuff from Clone Wars. And then like when it started surfacing again, I said, "Oh, okay, I remember this now." However, this isn't like this isn't like Rogue One, where you go right into it and you're just like, okay, this is the world. These are these characters. I don't really need to know anything else. I'm going into this blind. Whereas with this, you have homework to do. You kind of do have homework to do. Hey, Amandy. Hey, Mandy. Amandy. Sorry, Mandy. God. But with this show, you have homework to do.
Mhm.
And Mandy and I were also talking about this show as well, where we're like, yeah, it was okay. It wasn't amazing, but it was okay. Like I told you, I had fun watching it. However, I didn't think it was the best animated Star Wars thing. By far, it wasn't. That goes to Bad Batch. That goes to my boys. Um, yeah, but I forgot where I was. But Mandy and I were on the same page with the whole season and the finale. Like, as soon as you bring Vader into it, you kind of, I feel like they fucked up the continuity and they fucked up the timeline by bringing Vader in, because during this time, and I'm gonna let you talk in a minute. I'm sorry. Um,
No, no, like this is more background than the
yeah,
entire show gave.
yeah. So during this time with Vader, so we have this gap of, I believe it's like 15 to 20 years between A New Hope and or between Sith and A New Hope. So a lot goes down in this 20-year period, including Rebels, Kenobi, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, Bad Batch, this one, the Tales of series. So we have all of these things. And at the same time, the a bunch of, well, the three Thrawn novels take place at this time too. So Vader's all over the place at this time, like going on all these different missions and everything. And I'm thinking, Mandy brought up this point in our chat the other night where she's like, where does he have time to show up like on this planet to fight Maul? Like, he's doing all of this other shit. Like, he's on a mission with the Emperor. He's on a mission with Thrawn on Batu at one point. He's, he's like doing the whole Castle Vader thing. And hey, Rod, what's going on, man? That's my boy. Oh, shout out Rod Van Blake. He's a local science fiction and fantasy writer in the DMV. Sorry, had to shout him out. Um, but like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching the show and I'm like, how the fuck is Vader here? Like, he shouldn't be here. He has so many other things going on. Like, he's on a mission with fucking Tarkin at one point too. Like, he's doing all of these things. And I'm like, I get it. There's a long period of time between the two trilogies. However, can Vader just like disappear for a while?
Seriously.
Yeah,
Especially because no one seems to like no one knows who he is, right? Like they're like, who's
exactly.
this rando? And they sent him there kind of as like a sheriff role in my mind. I'm like, why is he here? Why do they care enough to send him
Exactly.
here? And also, I'm gonna just as a disclaimer, I'm a retired fencer.
Hmm.
So I err on the side of awesome, but I do look at a lot of like sword fights from that lens.
Yeah.
And I'm watching Vader's style, which is very much like original trilogy, like very jerky. These people wouldn't last 5 seconds against like an actual trained fencer, right? And,
Yeah. Sorry,
and
I'm reading the comment.
like everyone is going, gosh, everyone is like moving so fast. And I was watching how slowly he was moving. I'm like, first of all,
Yeah.
how is he blocking these shots? Second of all, how are they not taking advantage of this? They're spending all their time jumping around instead of moving their saber.
Yeah.
And just the slow walk as people are running away just doesn't have any, like, I know it's supposed to invoke fear, and I didn't feel any of that. The
No.
one time I have felt afraid of Vader was the end of Rogue One.
Oh, 100%.
And I sat there
100.
in the movie theaters and thought, holy shit, this is how we're supposed to feel about Vader. This is why everyone's so terrified of him.
Yes, exactly. But Rod, you're right. He did have to take a quick sec to pimp smack Darth Maul. But like Vader, here's the thing, like Maul and Anakin never meet in Clone Wars, I believe. God, that's 7 seasons that I'm trying to remember here. Hi, Pickle. Hi.
How come you have you been gatekeeping a cat for me this entire time?
He is he'll show up horror film trope.
Show us the toe beans. Show us the toe beans.
He ran away as soon as I said, "Hey, Pickle." He's like, and then ran away.
It's perceived.
Yes. Horror film trope. The slow chase, disappear, then reappear. Yeah, I mean, and I get it. Like, what was I saying? Oh, Maul. Yeah. So like, Maul and Anakin didn't. No, they didn't meet up in Clone Wars. No, because those stories were strictly with Savage Opress, Darth Maul, Duchess Satine, Ventress, and Obi-Wan. Yeah, so Anakin wasn't involved in those episodes. And so like Anakin has knowledge of Maul, but he like doesn't have knowledge of Maul. And at this point, like Vader and Maul should never meet. Like I think it's dumb. I feel like okay, I'm really trying to find positive things to say.
They could have fleshed out the Inquisitors because those guys seemed awesome. I wanted to learn more about them.
Wait, that is true, Rod. That is true. Maul did almost run young Anakin over.
That's why he came back. He's like real cute. Remember when I was 10?
remember on Tatooine where you almost hit me with your bike? Yeah, let's go, bro.
Maybe he's just like game recognizes game.
Yeah, maybe. We needed more Inquisitors. Absolutely. Here's the thing. You could have easily brought in Trilla from Jedi Fallen Order, and you could have easily brought in the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels and brought them into this show to like fight Maul. And I would have been happy. Maul versus Inquisitors. I'm done. I'm good. Like, bring it. But then Vader, with his asthmatic ass. Jeez.
You know, and you think he could have been like, let's bond over getting severed in half. Like, they have things that they can gal pal over. But
they do.
The last time we were talking about Maul, I made the comment, I was like, who's the antagonist, right? Like, who is Maul's big bad? And it's like they're sitting in the writer's room and going, who can we do? And then someone's just like, it's either somehow someone returned or, you know what, just bring back Qui-Gon.
Bring back Qui-Gon.
Just call up Liam Neeson and be like, hey, we'll make it work. Can we have you over here in like 10 minutes?
Just have him as a Force ghost, just keep appearing over Maul's shoulder, just like, ooh.
Right. Like, there's so many, like, or have like Kenobi show. Like, there are so many other bits of fan service that would make more sense than Vader. And so now I'm like, okay, so what's season 2 working up to? Is season 2 working up to another Vader versus Maul? Because they really just like pulled out the I don't want to say like they kind of like pulled out their ace too early. Like, how do you continue to up the stakes unless
they the shark?
Yeah, they absolutely do. And I know that like these shows always get 2 seasons when it's animated for budget purposes. Tobies, yes. Pickles looks so confused.
He's very upset right now.
Does he know that he's alive?
He does know that he's alive. Anyway, but yeah. I think Sidious is going to be the big bad at the end of this. Because I think he's going to Maul. Okay, so Maul shows up at Rebels. And do you want me to spoil Rebels for you, or okay? Are you okay? Okay.
I'll probably forget it anyway because I have the memory of a shark.
Oh, okay. So Maul shows up in Rebels and makes trouble for the crew of the Ghost and tries to manipulate Ezra into kind of being like this chosen one character to like take down Sidious, but Ezra ends up like, rebelling against Maul. Which Maul eventually makes his way to Tatooine, where he has a showdown with Kenobi, and Kenobi ends up killing him in Rebels.
Again.
Um, but like for good. Like,
Well, I mean, somehow Maul returned the first time. And there's
yeah,
gonna be an after credit scene of him just like crawling out of a hole and then probably like drinking tea with Devin and chilling with Captain Rex.
there you go. Yes, there's your
Captain Rex
Captain
always
Rex.
has to be there.
um, so yeah, like Kenobi ends up killing him, and Maul dies in Kenobi's arms.
That's
And
what
like,
it took. Did they kiss?
no, no.
Does that fan
Should
fiction exist?
I'm sure it does. Should have been a lesser Sith adjacent character, so Inquisitors work that Maul could satisfyingly smack down without us being pissed about it. Pitting him against Vader, we know there's no hope. Exactly. Like, and here's the thing: Vader can't fucking die until the end of Return of the Jedi. So like, why even waste Vader for those fights?
It's just like they tried to up the stakes and took the stakes out of it.
Yeah.
And someone, like I said, like someone made the comment that they're like, oh, fight scenes are plot. And I don't think they were in this case.
Not in this one, because the fight scenes were just there to like get the characters from one plot point to the other.
Mhm.
Um, I had more. I'm gonna say this right now. Out of all the plots, the plot I was mostly invested in was Lawson's plot. Him in Two Boots and his kid. Like,
I want to know more about like Riley's mom. Like, I'm assuming we're going to see more about her, but I want to see more of that tension of someone who works for the
yeah.
Empire versus like cop dad who like wants nothing to do with them.
So, I've seen rumors going around that Riley's mom could be an old EU character from the X-Wing novels. I did see a rumor at one point, I don't remember where it was, that a lot of people thought that she was Asard from the X-Wing novels, and Asard was like this head ISB agent at one point, like in those novels. So I would love it if it was Asard, because I'm like, hey, X-Wing reference, but
I mean, because she has to be passionate enough to like leave her kid behind, like
yeah,
not just like end the marriage, but like be okay just completely leaving your kid.
I'll see you on Life Day, kid.
Right. And I don't know, I think the show did a bit of a disservice, like making us
Yep.
assume that she was dead for so long. I think if they were going to do that, it should have been more of like a twist moment.
Yeah, I agree.
But I just like, I'm curious if the writing room lasted longer than a day because there's not enough dialogue in this show. Half
No.
of the dialogue in the last few episodes was just people screaming the word no.
Yeah.
I just like, I can't, but I just keep seeing, I have not seen, you're the only person I've seen on social be critical of it. Everyone
Yeah.
is falling over themselves, obsessed with this shit. And I don't know if that's just what the algorithm's showing, but all the professional reviews were like, oh, it's pretty. And that just seems to be what anyone's saying is, oh, it's pretty. And by
It
the way,
is.
it takes a while to get going. But
It
people keep
does.
talking about like character growth. I don't think Maul character like I don't think he changes at all over the course of episodes.
He doesn't. There's no real character growth for Maul. And I'm gonna be honest, like Devin has no character growth whatsoever either. Like she kind of just makes that decision of avenging her master like after he's dead. Like you don't even see her like grieve like his death. Like she's just like at the end of the season, like she's sitting there in the transport with him, and she's got like those tears in her eyes, but then she's just like, okay, well, teach me how to kill this dude, and like that's it. Like you don't see like any pain in her eyes, any pain on her face at all.
Well, and I mean, like, it's not like she's gonna beat Vader.
No, no.
So it's just like, are we doing another countdown until she dies? Like,
Yeah.
do you want to hear one of the worst takes I saw?
Yeah, go
Someone
ahead.
said that Maul is great for disability representation.
He is though, because he's an amputee.
He is, but like, they were acting like this show, and I was looking at it, and I'm like he is an amputee, but like it's not really like that's not anything that's like explored or seen as part of his character. It's
No.
just kind of like, oh, whoops, like his leg's small, like his leg is sparking, and that. So that one was interesting. I was like,
Action carry.
it seems like slapped on representation that they could do a lot more, but like Star Wars is never going to go there.
Yeah. And also Rod just hit the nail on the head here with an argument where he says action carries and honestly archetypes like his Vader and Boba Fett are most interesting in fewer scenes. Exactly. I want them to be the ones pulling the strings in the background. Like Maul is the Shadow Lord. We should have been seeing his criminal organization and not really him, except for like maybe once or twice an episode, like giving orders to people. Or if you were going to focus on Maul a little bit more, you should have had it like Heat, with Lawson being the cop and Maul being the robber, and them just meeting in one scene and then chasing each other the rest of the series.
Can you imagine if they would have made this like the first season of Killing Eve?
Yeah, it would have been amazing.
That could have been great.
Yeah.
And I mean, we all know Lawson's not dead. Like, no one here thinks that Lawson's dead, right?
I don't think so.
There's no way. And I don't know, like, the problem is, when you bring in too many characters we already know and you already know how it's going to end, why watch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I honestly, I probably won't watch the second season.
I'll probably forget it comes out. I kept forgetting new episodes of this one was out.
Yeah. And I hate to say it because as a Star Wars fan, I do get excited for new content. And I was actually excited for this one. But after watching this, I'm like, I'm good if I don't. When we see them with a lot more dialogue and out of action scenes, it does demystify them. It really does. Like it just, yeah. It doesn't, like the legend isn't there anymore. Like the thing that made Maul work in the Phantom Menace was he's barely in the movie.
Yeah. And now I'm thinking about like side characters who I would prefer to have their own shows.
Yeah. Like the little what was his name? Vario? Mm-hmm. The little guy? I would love like a mafia show with him. Like a Goodfellas type show with him. That would be amazing.
Of course, like I'm always going to say, like, give me the Bad Batch sequel series, right? Like, give me adult Omega.
Yes, in the Resistance. I know.
I think that they feel like they're the problem is Star Wars fans, I feel like they just want those fan service shows and everything original. But I will admit too, when Andor came out, I was like, did anyone ask for this? And then I watched it and I'm like, oh, we should have.
I'm going to say this because you mentioned Solo earlier. Mm-hmm. No one asked for this movie. And I will say this, there's a lot of fan service in the movie, but damn if it isn't a fun ride. Like it's meant to be fun. And I think you're going to enjoy it. But yeah, I agree. Like I feel like Book of Boba Fett started taking risks, and then they're like, "Oh wait, no, we need to do Mando-centric episodes, so let's do that." And that just kind of failed the Book of Boba Fett. Like that's another show, huh?
Like who's in their focus groups? That's what I want to know at this point. Who is in their focus groups?
I would love to be in one of those focus groups.
And I just want to see, I don't know, I just want to see more stuff that is, I don't know, toss it back 3,000 years, show me something that we don't know that's going to add to lore. Because I feel
Yeah.
like I'm one of those people where I want the cool lore, I want the Sith stuff, I want so much Sith stuff.
No, yeah,
And we never get it.
I agree. I agree. I feel like the closest that we've gotten to like a Sith heavy thing um was the Tales of the Empire with the Inquisitor storyline. Boba Fett strayed too far from his character, and the interesting thing they added was abandoned. Yeah, that's true too. That is true. Just I feel like they're just kind of throwing pasta on the wall to see what sticks when it comes to these shows for the most part. And they're like, yeah, let's see if we can try to connect that. And then they're like, oh, well, we can have somebody write a book to connect it a little bit more. And it's like, really? What if I'm not a reader?
You shouldn't have to do homework.
And that's what Star Wars has become. Like Mandalorian and Grogu comes out in like what 12 days, something like that. And if you didn't watch The Mandalorian, you're going to be lost.
Yeah. And especially stuff like that that's being marketed towards families. Like, I don't know if kids, how many seasons of The Mandalorian were there?
Three, technically 3.5 because of Book of Boba Fett.
Wow. Okay. They really took forever to get those out. But I mean, Pedro's also like booked right now. But I'm like, are you really going to be sitting through 3 seasons, 10 or so episodes each with like little kids to watch a movie when the kid really just knows about baby? They're just like, where's Baby Yoda? I want to see Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Well, that's like my mom called me the other day, and she was like, "Oh, this Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian, and who's the other one?" And I'm like, "Grogu," and she's like, "Yeah, who's that?" And I'm like, "That's Baby Yoda to you." And she goes, "Oh, Yoda had a baby," and I'm like,
Actually, give us that show. Give us like what Yoda is like really up to after the Clone Wars. That's what I want.
so so I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, Yoda didn't have a baby. Well, what species is Yoda? We have no idea what species Yoda is. Well, is Baby Yoda actually a baby, or is it baby actually is that baby actually Yoda? No, because Yoda's dead. Yoda died. Oh my god! Like I had to explain everything to her, and like she's like, I'm confused, and I'm like, you're confused.
It's just, yeah, there's a lot of wasted potential. And I think, I mean, again, like we could talk forever about how like Disney is completely missing the mark.
Acolyte.
Honestly, my least favorite part of The Acolyte was the end with Yoda. I was like, are you kidding me? You guys were so close.
Oh my
Like, you
god.
guys were so, so close.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something to you right now. As a High
Okay.
Republic fan, and Mandy's gonna back me up with this one. Um, I'm going to say this right now. All of the problems in the High Republic could have been avoided if Yoda hadn't covered shit up. Yoda knew about everything going down in the High Republic era and decided to cover shit up for the longest time until shit hit the fan. And then he was like, oh, maybe we should do something. Really?
He's already like doing a ton of child trafficking. So it's like something beyond that.
He's busy child trafficking. He's
Like,
busy child trafficking. Yeah.
it's there's a lot of room for stories and they're just the same one over and over and over again. And like,
I
but
mean,
again, people are like, it was so cool when Vader showed up. And I'm like, it was so predictable when Vader showed up.
uh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew he was going to. And he did cover stuff up in the prequels. Yes, Mandy, he did. He did. Him and Mace Windu. And I know a lot of people are like, Mace Windu did nothing wrong. Fuck you. Mace Windu did everything wrong. Rod, you are right. Maul actually should work as a Shadow Lord mobster, orchestrating from behind a veil, only stepping out occasionally to handle business. Exactly. That's what we were just saying. Maul should be the one calling the shots. I would love an Old Republic animated series. Would love that. Jedi Sith War, all that stuff.
I'm just waiting for Maul season 2 to be like, okay, we're going to show Vader again. And then now you're going to fight Yoda. And by the way, they built another Death Star. Because that's just this franchise's response to everything. It's just build another Death Star, but it's scarier this time.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
I think they need to start consulting the fan fiction writers. I'm sure there's like a great like coffee AU they could learn from.
So what's really funny is I've talked to new book coming called Love We Had Secret Affair with Yaddle nobody knew about. Oh, that's funny. Hold on.
You know what I think is the best part of like one of the best things to come out of Star Wars though?
Yeah, go
We're
ahead.
gonna laugh about this. Is have you ever heard of the book The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood?
Yes.
Do you know it's it was fan fiction, right?
Yes.
I think we need to do more deep dives there. I think
Yes.
Star Wars needs to be like, you know what? Get a bunch of romance writers on this.
So there is a Star Wars romance novel coming out this year.
Okay. Who's it?
Um
Are they two like original characters or?
yes. Let me look it up real quick. Let me look that up because let me see here. It's a Star Wars romance novel. I think Star Wars works best when it's a lens you use like a filter. Yeah, that's true too. No, it is a
Of
straight
course it
romance. Yeah.
is. Because if not, the incels would have gotten it canceled already.
It is called uh, Eyes Like the Stars. Eyes Like the Stars. Eyes Like Stars. And it's written by Ashley Poston.
Ashley Poston wrote it?
Yes.
I love her. So
Um,
she
yeah.
has a trilogy, a
Hmm.
YA romance trilogy that takes place around essentially a Star Trek convention.
Nice.
And each book is a different like fairy tale reimagining. So the first one is like a Cinderella, like getting her to the convention. And then the second one is The Prince and the Pauper.
Oh, that's awesome.
And for the love interest, the woman, it's she's playing she's like the female protagonist in the series that like they did a twist and all the men like all the male incels like hate her. And so that's her character and just like the pretty much like incel shut up
That's awesome.
sort of thing. And no, she does mostly adult romance. The Dead Romantics, highly
Hmm.
recommend from her. But no, I fully trust her with that because she is so obviously like a sci-fi nerd. I mean, like I said, she literally wrote like a romance novel series around the
Yeah,
fictional Trekkie convention.
that's awesome. Jeff, you're right. Mando episode 1 was gritty, dark thing with a guy getting chopped in half. Give us exactly. I want a Star Wars Western. So would you like to know what this book is about?
Yes, tell me. Sorry, I got like excited because Ashley Poston, you know, man, it's
Yeah.
been a little while since she came out with something, and by while I mean like last year.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this right now. This is gonna piss some people off. It's set during the sequels, which I'm happy with. I'm good with it. So it says a charming young adult romance featuring all new characters plus cameos, a magnetic attraction, a mysterious artifact, and the fearsome First Order from New York Times bestseller Ashley Poston. When 18-year-old Ardent Quay saves the life of a fast talking wild spacer on Coruscant, she doesn't expect a thank you, and she certainly doesn't expect him to stow away on her father's Star Tour ship. Yet here he is, taking up residence in the ship's pantry and eating all of her favorite snacks. He's mysterious and coy and strange, with silver hair and eyes speckled with stars. And no matter how much she tries to pull away, she can't. Oh my god. It's just okay. She should report him to her father, but the stowaway soon convinces her that there's a nefarious plot at play on this ship, one that has the lives of everyone on board at stake. With the galaxy on the brink of war and the First Order breathing down their necks, Ardent and her stowaway must ferry a precious artifact to its homeworld without getting caught or worse, killed. This is actually a terrible time to take a tour of the galaxy and an even worse time to fall in love.
It also sounds like it has some like reverse Indiana Jones going on now, though. You
Yeah.
know, like we're bringing. I fully trust her. Like, no matter what happens. Also, Amanda, she doesn't like actually post and like has done like tiny, tiny, tiny bits of smut. So yeah, you wouldn't have. I wouldn't have expected it anyway. But
Yes.
I'm here for love in the galaxy, man. I love love.
There's another one that I think that you would like that does have romance too, and that's Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. That one is like this Romeo and Juliet set during the original trilogy. And then you do get a little bit of the Battle of Jakku at the end, and it works. It works really, really well. So, let me see here. Yeah, so and it's going to be on sale July, sometime in July. And it's going to be $13.99 and a paperback. So there you go. But yeah, they did go the young adult route. No smut then. No, that is true. That is true.
But yeah, I'm trying to think like you know, I would really love because I know we keep going like to the past in Star Wars. I would love for them to just jump like 2,000 years in the future and see like what does futuristic.
So there was a
Like?
series that they did during the old EU that was it was a comic series called Legacy. And in it, they showed the galaxy like a couple of hundred years after the Skywalker saga. And so like you see like there's an imperial remnant kind of in charge now and like all this other stuff, but it dealt with like one of like Luke's like great descendants named Cade Skywalker, who was like running from his past, like, and
How
running
does
from his heritage.
how did the
um
genetics of that work?
so okay, so Luke's new Jedi Order that he established in the old EU allowed people to have families, because he
Oh,
realized that in order to rebuild a Jedi Order, he had to pretty much get
become
rid
a
of a lot of the
vampire.
rules. Exactly. So he had like a lot of members of the Jedi Order, like he allowed them to get married and have kids and like, just in order to grow it. And so this is way down in the Skywalker line, like 130 years or so, like way down the Skywalker line, where we get this guy named Cade Skywalker. And it's interesting. Yes, that is where Darth Talon shows up, which a lot of people were like, okay, well, Devin's becoming Darth Talon now. God, I hope not.
I need to look up Darth Talon. Hold on.
Have fun.
Is this going to be like Nightmare Fuel?
A little
Uh,
bit.
what is this character design? Why is she wearing a bra? Why is she only wearing a bra?
That is a good question.
Like she looks cool, but she's gonna have to get a lot of tattoos for this to work, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the side by side, and it's probably gonna happen, but like she's significantly older, and everything else I've
Exactly.
seen.
Unless they decide to do a stupid time jump, like in between the first and the second season. Edgy teen boys. Yeah, that's true. It was a lot of edgy teen boys back then. It's yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Rod just sent me a picture of Legacy. Um there it is. So like you can see like the Luke Skywalker like in the on the far side. Yeah, it was a great comic. That was also the series where the Empire committed genocide on Mon Calamari, like pretty much wiped them all out. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, I just found a Reddit post where apparently George Lucas even said Maul having Dark Talon as an apprentice was something he liked. So yeah, it sounds like it's like that's inevitable.
Yeah, and that's the sad part because like the original sequel trilogy apparently was going to have Maul as like one of the big bads with Dark Talon, and I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route. And it feels like they're probably going to make up for that with this because interesting thing about Filoni is that Dave Filoni is by far one of the best Star Wars storytellers of all time. If you look at Bad Batch, Clone Wars, Rebels, all that stuff. But I will say this: and he was the heir apparent to George Lucas, like when they started Clone Wars and everything, and now he's like one of the co-heads of the studio and everything. He has honored a lot of George's vision, but at the same time, he has used too much of George's vision. Like I don't mind them cherry picking, which is what they started to do in the beginning, but it feels like we are going to get a lot of that EU fan service now, and I don't want that. So,
So what's going on? I'll admit. So when I first started seeing stuff about Ryan Gosling
mhm.
being in Star Wars, I'm like, yeah, right, that's not happening. Apparently, though, that's a real project.
Yeah, it's Starfighter, and it comes out next year.
Okay, is
They
it a movie or a
it
series?
is a
Like,
it is a
tell me
movie.
more.
So it's a movie set about 10 years after Rise of Skywalker. So it's going to be the galaxy's rebuilding after the Battle of Exegol, the decimation of the Republic, all that stuff, or New Republic, I should say. Um, and all we know is that Gosling is playing this pilot that gets sent on this mission, and that's all we know. But Sean Levy's directing it, and Sean Levy just came off of Deadpool and Wolverine like right before that. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, no, yeah, Michael Reeves does have a trilogy of novels with Cade Skywalker from the old defunct EU. That is true. Um, Michael Reeves was a great EU writer. But yeah, so it's going to be released right in time for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. And next year at Star Wars Celebration, that is going to be the movie that they're doing like the most promo for before, you know, before we get anything else. So we do get Starfighter next year, along with the release of A New Hope again. So, but yeah, I think it's going to be fun. After seeing Gosling in Project Hail Mary, I'm ready for him in Star Wars. Like as if he brings that attitude that he did in Hail Mary, I'm good.
Because also the Fall Guy was also excellent.
Yeah. Did you see The Nice Guys with him and Russell Crowe?
No, I haven't seen that one.
That one's really funny too. That one's really good. They play off of each other really well.
Yeah, I think they just need to do new stuff.
Hmm.
And I think the movies have been better.
I agree. I know a lot of people shit on Rise of Skywalker, but I had a lot of fun with it. Rogue Squadron needs a series or a film, and they were going to do Rogue Squadron. They were. Patty Jenkins was behind it, and this was her coming off of Wonder Woman. Like they were like, yeah, we're giving Patty Jenkins, but then after '84 kind of bombed, they're like, okay, yeah. Um, Ryan Johnson was supposed to get a trilogy, but we don't. That's been put on hold. And Taika Waititi is writing a Star Wars movie right now too. So, and then there's a Ray movie coming out that they're about to start filming too. So, we'll see what they do. But I hope that they do continue to go into the future and then go far into the past. Like, I want to be as disconnected from the Skywalker saga as possible. Get Johnson out of here. Okay. Okay. I I'm gonna say this. I actually enjoy The Last Jedi. I do. I think it's fun. Um, yeah, I've been talking too much.
Yeah. Risks. I want to see risks so
Okay,
bad.
so
And
yeah, go.
like one of the things, so at Nexus, there was a panel and the creative arcane was there.
Hmm.
And he was talking about just having to fight studios to try new concepts and new things. And it was so interesting to hear the fight for, if I'm assuming you've seen Arcane, right?
I have not watched Arcane yet.
Okay, so you need to watch Arcane, first of all. Gorgeous, gorgeous animation. That is a good example of the fight scenes progressing the plot, I will say.
Yeah, yeah,
And one of the interesting things they did with Arcane, they had like all original music for it, and they would record the music and then choreograph like the fight scene after they already
hmm
had the music. So I could go on about it, but the season one is set up where there's 9 episodes,
hmm
and the first three happen, and then there's a huge time jump. And they
I
were
love
talking
it.
about the risk of taking a third of a season to do its like essentially a prologue
Yeah,
and then jumping to everything and the risk that that took and just like the arguments for that. And I'm like, yeah, let's do more of that. Let's do more of that. And I will say my one complaint against Andor season two is it was so obvious that they were planning more seasons, but then
yeah.
just you know, COVID happened. Because the constant like X months later, X years later, just kind of like became a little too much for me to keep up with just so many time jumps.
You mean like 3 years BBY, 2 years BBY, like
Yeah,
1 year
it
later.
was
Yeah,
it became a lot.
yeah. I will say this: Jeff actually came up with a great pitch. Clone Wars movie only starring Tamora Morrison, nothing but clones on a mission saving Private Ryan or Band of Brothers style. I would love that. I would watch that, and I'd want it to be gritty too. Like, give me the grit. Like, yeah. Um, so as a casual Star Wars fan, what is so you like you mentioned Sith stuff, like you want to see some Sith stories and you want to go into the future. um what else would you like to see? Like, I mean, me personally, I would love to see a story about the father, the son, and the daughter from the Mortis arc, which is what Ahsoka season 2 is going to kind of tackle. But like, that's me. But like, what's something that you want to see?
I just want to see something original.
Okay.
I would love to see something where I don't see a single character I recognize
Love it.
in the entire show. And I think that's why so many people like The Bad Batch, is it took something you knew and expanded on it, but also show, I mean, because we got Captain Rex. You got to have Captain Rex, okay?
And we got Ventress. We did get
Yeah,
Ventress.
and so I mean, we do get some people that we know, but we saw so much of that expanded on.
Hmm.
And I appreciated that. And it didn't just continuously fall back to, well, we don't know what to do here, so let's just throw Vader in, or
Yeah.
let's throw Yoda in, or something like that. Because that just seems to me, I don't know if it's so much laziness or if they think they're doing something
Yeah.
there. I mean, honestly, the answer is always I'd love to see season two of The Acolyte.
Hmm.
I would even love to see like a
There was a comic about Inquisitors, Zach.
there was, oh gosh, like I want to see even something like show me the dudes who make lightsabers,
Ooh.
or show me like day in the life stuff where, like you say, like Star Wars is just the background of everything,
Yeah.
but it's like average people doing stuff.
That's why I love Galaxy's Edge as much as I do, because like when you go into like on the East Coast, I mean, I haven't done the West Coast one, but they've got characters from all trilogies now on the West Coast. But when you go to Batu East, it feels like you're walking around a day in the life of the Star Wars thing, right? Like you go into Mubo's Droid Depot and you see like the droid builders and like the people working there. Of course, it's a retail experience, but um, when you go into Savi's workshop and you do the lightsaber build, you meet the gatherers and you hear about their lives, like as the gatherers and like what they do. So like the ones connected to backpacks, the original lightsabers. Yeah, Skeleton Crew was solid. I love Skeleton Crew because it actually did not rely on any original any characters we were familiar with. It was completely original characters. Loved it.
Give me a Star Wars First Contact movie.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Yeah,
Even
I
if
think
it's like not even like humans first contact, but it could even be later timeline.
I would love to see the one that I want, and I've talked to Mandy about this before and a few others. Um, we've gotten a few books um, with this government and this species, but I would love a Chiss Ascendancy TV show or movie. Like I would love that. Like, and when the New Republic does show up with its iconic things at the end, it really hits harder than the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, okay. I mean, I still stand by Rise of Skywalker, but I know it's not a perfect movie. Um, but yeah, I would love a Chiss Ascendancy series. I would love it. Seeing Thrawn's family.
Or like give me an Ewok Babysitters Club.
They actually have a huge opportunity to reboot the Ewok series.
Like, you know how much merch they would sell?
Well, those blind boxes with the Ewok keychains flew off the shelves.
Look at how motivated they are by money. You think that they would have that already.
Yeah.
I'm worried that they're going to be like, okay, so how do we bring this character back? Oh, how did we bring all these back? Ooh, let's introduce multiple timelines. And so we just turn into the MCU and nothing matters anymore.
So there's a character that showed up in Mandalorian, and it was Kelleran Beck. It was Ahmed Best's character. Mm-hmm. And he said Ahmed Best had an interview with some news outlet, and he was talking about how he wants a John Wick style like Kelleran Beck movie or TV show. And I'm like, yeah, I want Kelleran Beck like on the run, like doing shit, like enjoyed aspects of Rise of Skywalker, but the fact that Johnson kicked the Jenga tower over proverbially is what annoyed me. Yeah, okay, I get it. But yeah, I want a Kelleran Beck thing. I also want like a Star Wars like version of the newsroom.
Okay.
like where they talk about like it's like news organizations like trying to like juggle like the message of the Empire while also like trying to protect their integrity. Like I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. I think that there's so much possibility. I was just running through random like Star Wars mashups in my head.
Yeah.
If I was like Star Wars Bridgerton.
That would be fantastic.
With an anthology cast.
Yes.
It'd be great. Have you read the Wayfarer series by Becky Chambers?
No.
It is excellent. So it's again like an anthology series. So each book is its own. There's characters you see that like go between them, but the first one is like a tunneling ship, and then you have like in the second one, like an AI is the main character who gets a human body and like has to leave this ship and kind of like figure out who she is.
Yeah.
Because she is specifically like a ship's AI system. And you have to, this is the one where like you do have to read the first one to like figure out kind of like what's going on there. But yeah, like she is a ship's AI that was rebooted
Yeah.
After an attack and defaulted to like factory settings essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so the crew, instead of having her start over, gets a new AI and moves her into like a body mod.
Interesting.
Because they're like, essentially, they lost the personality of the former one to the reboot. And so it's her going and kind of like exploring the world. And the other character who she's hanging out with is a clone.
Mm-hmm.
Who like escaped the like factory life she was born into and was raised by a separate ship's AI. And so Becky Chambers has a way of looking at the human experience, but through a very pointed lens.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's at least one moment in each of her books where like you want to cry in a good way.
Nice.
But you have like that experience of like an AI, or in this case like a droid, having to deal with that. There's one of them that takes place on essentially like a ship that was one of the original ships that like left Earth when things started going down.
Mm-hmm.
And are very much into keeping with the old Earth traditions and like not landing on a planet. And then the last one in the series is about a waypost, when a bunch of satellites get knocked out. So all these people are like stuck at this waypost.
Nice.
And kind of this idea of like, that one's just kind of an exploration of like different cultures coming together and seeing instances where you have, it's like there's one situation where the two of the characters believe, one of them thinks that a war isn't justified
Mm-hmm.
and it's genocide, and the other one is trying to justify it. And obviously, you could apply this to a lot of real world situations. And it's a situation where you can't say, we agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, how do these two people who are on very, very different sides of an issue work together in a situation where you really can't?
Yeah.
And she takes it very seriously. And in the end, like there is no resolution for them.
Interesting.
And the resolution is kind of like, well, we'll do this job together. But we can't ignore like all of this history.
Yeah. I get it.
But really highly recommend like anything by Becky Chambers.
I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out.
Go for it, I think.
Cool.
So
Jeff also says, set the Star Wars Bridgerton on Chandrilla, which is Mon Mothma's planet. Yeah. And there you go. Oh God, I was just thinking of another one. Oh God, what was it? Oh, like I would love a series about archaeologists uncovering artifacts and stuff. Like I think that would be great.
In Star Wars, give us a Star Wars dinosaur show. Give us Jurassic Park. I want Star Wars Jurassic Park. Really bad.
It's a Hutt running it, and he says we spared no expense.
I also just want to know the economics of everything, because every time I see like a Star Destroyer, I'm like, how many billions or trillions of dollars did this cost, and who's financing this?
So there were a few old EU books that actually talked about like kind of like the price of a Star Destroyer and like how the Empire could like barely afford to make them. And like the Empire actually went in tremendous amounts of debt to like make the military machine for the Empire. And it did cause an economic collapse after, of course, it collapsed. Dr. Aphra movies would be great. Oh my God, yes. Dr. Aphra. Give me 1 second. You're gonna meet Dr. Aphra in just a second.
Do I Google or do I wait?
Just wait. Okay, I'll be right back. Yeah, keep talking to the chat.
Hello, chat. I see you guys. I do see and read all of these comments, by the way. Yeah, I just like I want more mashups. Like, do you guys remember the first 2 seasons were like good and they never watched after that, but like Gotham, when it really was just like, let's just do a crime series with Gordon. Like that one was interesting. I think that there's possibilities for more of that in Star Wars. Can you imagine a medical drama? Can you imagine Grey's Anatomy in Star Wars?
I'd like more of the Pit, but yeah.
The Pit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gotham totally lost the plot, but I think like at first the first season and things were a very solid concept.
Yes. Okay. This is Dr. Afra.
Okay.
She is a lesbian archaeologist.
Yes. Why have you been gatekeeping this for me, Eric?
I thought I told you about her.
No, you could have gotten me involved with either one of those words.
So Vader is in this, but
Okay.
her story for this omnibus is directly tied to Vader, so that's why he's in this. This collects, so this is the first volume. So this is the 2016 series. Excuse me. So this collects Star Wars 2015 or Darth Vader 2015, 3 and 4, 8, 21, and 25. Dr. Afra 1 through 40. Annuals 1 through 3. Star Wars 13, 19, 31, and 32. Star Wars The Screaming Citadel one shot, and material from Star Wars Empire Ascendant. And this is about Dr. Afra and her murder droids.
I love
So
it.
there's this one. And then here's the second one. So here you go. There's Dr. Afra. So this is volume 2, and I need to get volume 3 still, but this collects the 2020 Afra series, which is 1 through 25. And this has Afra hunting artifacts and everything. And there's Black Chrysanthemum from Book of Boba Fett. There's a BD droid. And then this is also Lucky, who's part of her crew.
Okay.
And it's great. And then that's the back. So
She seems like a vibe.
she is so chaotic. There's your space archaeologist with crime and murder droids 000 and BT1. Yes, that is true. They love to torture meat bags too. There's also an Afra audio drama. There is an Afra audio drama that you can listen to, which adapts like a good chunk of that first volume I showed you.
Okay, I figured out what I wanted.
Yeah.
I want a Star Wars Steve Irwin.
Society of Galactic Creature
Of course
Enthusiasts
there is something.
YouTube.
Of course there's something.
Yes. So the Star Wars Kids YouTube channel did a series of shorts with a droid named Ari, who went around and talked about the various galactic creatures. And in one, he talks about tauntauns and wampas, and the other one he talks about porgs, and there's one about charhounds, which charhounds are introduced in the High Republic era. And it's great. It's really, really fun, and I would check it out if I were you. It's fun. It's cute. The old Trooper shorts, yeah. Huh?
So I'm curious. So with everyone who's always showing up, why do you think we never get any Luke cameos, really? Do you think it's too expensive?
I think it's too expensive, and number one, I think they really don't say, like, there's no like established canonical way he rebuilds his Jedi Order. Like, you just know that he establishes an academy. And I think until they actually establish that story, that's why you're really not going to see Luke cameos for a bit. Because I think that's the story they want to nail down before they bring him into more stuff.
Because I mean, he's really the only one who is A, alive, and B, interested in doing anything.
He is. So Hamill actually cameoed in The Mandalorian in that hallway fight, or in that scene. It's just,
I think that was spoiled, but like the morning it came out. So I think that might be the reason why I stopped watching The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Is because like everything was being spoiled the morning of. And back when Twitter was a thing, A was a thing and B was the thing I used, you couldn't escape spoilers because they would be in the trending topics on the side of the page.
Yeah.
So even through the hashtags, you could tell no matter how much you had stuff muted.
Yeah. I'm also sorry that we didn't tackle Maul more tonight. It's just,
There's not a whole lot to say because nothing really happens.
yeah, exactly. It's a slow burn series that leads up to a finale that just fizzles out, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was I was crocheting something
Yeah.
during those last two episodes and would randomly be like, okay, nothing has happened. How much time is left in this episode? I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't, the second we started to get like the little flashes of his like tragic family backstory, I'm like, it's the same thing we see over and over and over again.
But here's the thing. I welcomed those flashbacks more than I welcomed a lot of the other decisions that they made.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
Um, I will say this: there's one thing I noticed that Maul was doing that reminded me something of something from the sequel trilogy. Maul keeps hitting his leg after it's damaged, and it reminds me of when Ben Solo kept hitting his side in The Force Awakens, like during that fight with Rey. Oh no, the really cool space cop dad just slowly walked into the mist. Guess he might not be dead? Exactly. Like, there were a lot of tropes in this one.
There
And
were so many tropes that like I think the second, honestly, like this, by the end of the second episode, I feel like I already knew how the show was going to pan out.
oh, yeah, you and
I
I called
mean,
it.
except for Vader, because I think I
Yeah.
was just like hoping that they wouldn't. But I'm like, who? Like, I want to know his crew. Like, give me the scrappy found family Maul crew. Like, why are these people interested? Why should I care that they died? Because I don't, and that's a problem.
Yeah. It was
Why?
ironic. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, I'm reading the comments. Like, yeah, like my thing is,
If Maul's
then
away.
is Lawson going to get like brainwashed or whatever, or is he just going to be a hostage, or like I
He's just going to
don't
be in
really
jail.
care.
He's you know where he's going? He's going to Kessel. Like that's where he's going. He's gonna mine on Kessel. Like that's where Lawson's going.
And then he's going to come back with Captain Rex.
Sure. Sure. Well,
Listen, if they could bring back Maul, I can get Captain Rex.
I know. I know. In 12 parsecs. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do the Kessel run in 12. Um God, what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's switch topics here. Let's just do you want to?
Yeah, we can
Or are
switch
you done
topics.
talking? I meant
This is your show, man. I'm just here to vibe.
it's our show. Um so we did Star Wars trivia last weekend, like
Okay.
on the first, and we placed fourth out of 16 teams.
Okay. That's not
And
bad.
no, let me tell you, some of those questions were ridiculous. There was one where it was like, oh, um, how many Academy Awards did John Williams win for Star Wars scores? And I'm like, I mean, luckily our friend Liz knew the answer. It was one, so I was like, oh, thank God. Um, there was another one where it was like, um, name the only actor to ever win an acting award or be nominated for an acting award for his or her role in Star Wars. And part of me was thinking James Earl Jones, and like we went with James Earl Jones, but it was Alec Guinness who played Obi-Wan. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. The other one that we missed was name the what was the movie that had the working title Blue Harvest, and it ended up being Return of the Jedi. But I kept
Can you
thinking
imagine
Empire
why
Strikes
it would
Back.
have ever been called Blue Harvest? So
uh,
it wasn't like actual like Star Wars in world trivia. It was just
there
like
were a few
entertainment side
questions.
of it.
There were a few, so it was like a mixture.
Mhm.
So like they did like some like in-world things, but like they also did like a lot of like behind the scenes things. Um they did like one question was who was the actor that wielded a purple lightsaber in the prequel trilogy? And then they said episodes 1 through 3. And I actually walked up to the person like when I was giving the answer because like you had to write it down on a piece of paper and like run it up. And I said he only wields the lightsaber in episodes 2 and 3 because he does not wield the lightsaber in episode 1.
You were that guy.
I was that guy because I was like, I have to. It was it's incorrect wording. He played the character in 1. He plays the character in 2 and 3, but you never see him reach for his lightsaber in 1. I
I
know I'm a nerd.
No, I think that's great.
My
I
wife.
once used my nerdiness to get like a free thing at a trivia night when I was like drunk out of my mind. Because I'm like, your question is wrong. And they're like, no. And I'm like, no, you're wrong because, well, yeah, it was a thing.
I love that Rod's like actually.
um, but yeah, I was at a trivia night once, and for the entertainment section, we were like dying because the entire entertainment section was called There's a Storm Coming.
Oh jeez.
And they played clips
Mm.
from movies where all we could hear was the audio of different characters saying there's a storm coming and you had to
Oh
guess what it
god.
was from. And that was actually pretty hilarious to realize. So now every time I'm watching something and a character goes, there's a storm coming.
Nice.
Because for one of them, they're like, you can't just say Lord of the Rings, you need to get specific.
Oh, I know. Um Oh, that's great. Oh, there was another question that pissed me off. And it was the final question. You had to rank movies in order of their total box office, including original theatrical run and subsequent re-releases. And
In like today's dollars or like at the time?
so like in like total gross using today's and they showed the numbers like in today's in today's numbers. Um and it was A New Hope, Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith, and Attack of the Clones. And it was I forget how it went. But we got the first and the last one was Attack of the Clones because it was never re-released. We got the first one right, and then we mixed up 2 and 3. Like that's how close it was. But I'm like, I don't know. Like it reminded me of this one Star Wars trivia that we went to a couple of years ago where they talked about like total ratings viewing numbers for the Kenobi show. And I'm like, what? I don't know these.
Yeah.
Like I'm you know what? I'm gonna say a joke right now that Rod understands. If you had asked me what Han Solo's blaster was called, I will tell you all day long it's a DL-44. I will tell you all day long it's a DL-44. I missed one question one time where they asked what was the name of the droid that services or serves Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon at the beginning of the Phantom Menace. That's TC-14. I will never live that down. I will never forget that. There's a question about Obi-Wan's home planet. It's called Stew John because George Lucas was being interviewed by Jon Stewart at the time, and he just came up with Stew John. Like, I'll never forget those. However, you ask me to rank box office? Fuck you. I'm not doing that.
Well, and like take Jon Stewart's like nerdiness. Cause I remember like when we first saw Kylo Ren's lightsaber, he did like a whole segment about like how he thought it worked.
Yes.
And I'm like, give me that. Like, take what he's nerding out, like, listen to what this man is nerding out about and give us that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's annoying. It's all annoying.
But yeah, I mean, I don't even know what else they have up on their plate coming out in the next few years. But I was kind of hoping they would like chill out a little bit. But that doesn't seem to be happening.
So, Ray's new Jedi Order movie is going to be the next one after Starfighter. Um, They're churning out a few more books. We're going to get some more books this year. Of course, Maul season 2 is going to be hitting probably next year or the year after. Um, no real inclination about the return of Mandalorian or even Book of Boba Fett, which I think they're pretty much done with Book of Boba Fett. That's dead in the water right now. There's still apparently Donald Glover is still attached for the Lando show, but I'll believe it when I see it. Um, like they announced so many things during COVID for it just to like hit the fan. Because James Mangold's supposed to be doing a Dawn of the Jedi film, but you don't know anything about it right now, other than it's still quote unquote being worked on. So I don't even think Disney has as confidence in it right now. Um, that and we also found out about the scrapped Hunt for Ben Solo movie that almost went into production, which would have been amazing. I
That
would
one
have
also
that.
doesn't make sense, like why that one was scrapped. But you know
Yeah.
what? I think just like no one's trusting the decisions they're making at the top
Mhm.
anymore. I
Yeah.
don't.
Star Wars New Jack City mashup focusing on the spice trade wars between the Hutts and Black Sun and yes, absolutely. I do want a gritty I want True Detective in Star Wars. Like I want Hi. Hey, what are you doing? Sorry, you distracted me for a second.
Pickles is sniping.
Yeah,
I
he
try not
is.
to get too excited and yell pickles because I didn't want to scare him.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's looking out the window. He's good. He probably sees another cat or something. Um, what was I going to say? Fingers crossed that with Filoni in charge for all of his Easter egg fanboy, we at least get something consistent. I mean, okay, I'm going to say this right now. Maul Shadow Lord's the first project under the new management now. I mean, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy greenlit it, but this is their baby, and I was not a fan. So
I didn't dislike it. I will not say it was a bad show, but
no,
I wasn't. If it ended there, I wouldn't have cared.
I'm gonna say this. I Star Wars animation is still the best form of storytelling, in my opinion, for that franchise. Um, and I hope they continue to animate stuff because, like I said, it's the best way they tell these stories. However, take a breather, like, and just focus on some other shit. Like, that's all I'm gonna say.
Do you think that there is the opportunity for any of these shows to kind of be like the next storytelling quality of Andor?
Maul could have been that. Honestly, Maul could have been that gritty show that Andor was. Like, I mean, let's face it, like Andor season 2 gave us some real intense, uncomfortable moments. Like, I'm talking just in that first arc alone with that Imperial officer and Bix. Like,
Mhm.
um, a Maul could have been that, in my opinion. The Mandalorian could have been that too, but I feel like they kind of just went, "Oh, he's gonna have a cute sidekick now." Um, but yeah, no, I don't know what's in the pipeline that could rival Andor. Maybe if they did like a Guardians of the Wills series, kind of like a about the Guardians of the Wills that Baze and Chirrut were a part of from Rogue One, like that might be on the same caliber, but I don't know. I mean, Andor was perfect,
Mhm.
and that's saying something. Andor was perfect. Um, and I don't know. What do you think?
I think that was probably a flash in the pan. Like,
Mhm.
I think the way it explored just like totalitarian regimes, the way it looked at
Yeah,
like the prison industrial complex,
yeah,
um,
yeah, buddy.
everything was done so brilliantly. And again, with a character where
I
you know what happens to them.
Yeah, yeah. but it made. I will say this: if you watch Andor and then watch Rogue One, it hits harder now. Like
I
it
keep
definitely
meaning
hits
to do
harder.
that. And
Yeah.
I don't say with the character we know what happens to him, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he's what's going to happen to him, and we care about him. And yeah, like the stakes are a little different, but the stakes are so high because we also fall in love with all the people in his life.
Mhm.
And the people in his life become the stakes.
Well.
And
Yeah.
like you get to see like the nitty-gritty
Hmm.
nastiness that goes into a rebellion.
Well, it also shows you that everybody is expendable.
Mhm.
Like, and nobody's safe. Like we knew Andor was safe because he had to get to Rogue One, and we knew K2SO was going to be safe. I need to spend a day going through Andor's final arc. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, that like 6 hour time period with that final arc of Andor, Rogue One, and A New Hope. It's amazing.
Well, I appreciate when they asked, like, even in an interview where they said, "What's the name of Cassian's baby?" And they're like, "Cassian's baby is just Cassian's baby." Like, well, aren't we going to see it? And they're like, "No." Well, aren't we going to see what happens to so and so? No. Like, and I appreciate that. Like, just the story being done and not getting those answers. Um,
Yes, I agree. I agree. Um, I feel that I'm good with. I mean, if at one point they want to maybe acknowledge what's going on with Bix, I'm good with it. But I'm good just being away from Rogue One and Andor for now. Like Andor and Rogue One work surprisingly, despite us knowing what exactly. I mean, it's but they built that tension going into Rogue One. Um, I will say this: I I am done with Saw Gerrera. I don't want to see him anymore. Like
he's annoying.
I love Forrest Whitaker. I think he's amazing in the role, but I never want to see Saw Gerrera again. And I have a feeling like we may see more Saw Gerrera. Plus, I still blame him for Tech's death. Still blame him for Tech.
See, Tech is a great example, though, of someone disappearing into a mist and then just never returning. Because I kept waiting to see if he was going to come back, and I held on to that hope for quite a few episodes before I realized, like, oh, they actually went there.
A lot of people thought that he was going to be that assassin that kept chasing them. Um,
I'm so glad they didn't do that, though. I'm
yeah.
so, as sad as I was about it, I'm so glad they didn't do it.
Hmm. Yeah, like Tech's gone and like you never see him again. And I don't want to say I'm happy about it, but like I'm happy that they made that decision.
Well, yeah, when they came out with the glasses, I was like, damn.
That showed proof he was dead.
Because I'm a big, I'm a big, like, no body, no crime person.
My wife's the same way. Like in Game of Thrones, she's like, "We didn't see a body. We didn't see a body. Like, we never saw a body." And in Clone Wars, it's the same way. It's like we never saw a body. We never. That clone's still around. You sure about that?
You know whose body we haven't seen?
No, no, don't.
I'm not going to say it because me not saying it is more powerful, I think.
Is it a certain bearded clone that you love?
Maybe. Perhaps. Perhaps.
Is it a certain
No,
name?
I love how like Rod does not know the lore behind
No.
like one of my
Oh,
favorite Star Wars
oh,
characters.
yeah. I was about to be like, Rod doesn't know the lore. So, quick fun fact about Rod. He came up with a dark saber story before the dark saber was even invented.
That's cool.
Yeah, he read it for us at Farpoint one year, and I was like, "This is amazing." Um, so definitely check that out. But yeah, so I know who you're talking about. You love him.
Yes, I
Um,
do.
he is sand fishing right now. I keep telling you this. He's sand fishing with Wolf and Gregor.
But like, what if they made a clone of Captain Rex?
God.
And
Somehow
okay,
Rex
so
returned.
this is how Maul's gonna end. So the next time we see Vader, He's going to be doing all pissed off. And then he's going to take off his helmet, and it's going to be Captain Rex, who had Captain Rex specifically was cloned and became a Sith Lord.
God. Captain Rex was specifically cloned by Vader and Palpatine and became a Sith Lord.
Yes.
Sure, I'll give that.
Somehow Palpatine returned, and therefore.
Anyway.
You've had enough of my nonsense.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Went to a local comic shop yesterday. I wanted to showcase a few of the pickups that I got. If you're cool with
show
that.
your haul. Did you have a good comic book day? That was last weekend, right?
Yes, I will also show you that. How did the clone get force powers in your pitch?
Somehow.
Somehow. Okay, so
everyone's force sensitive now. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that. So I ended up picking up a few things. So we went to another local shop for Free Comic Book Day. I did show this last week, but I'm going to show this again. Thrawn gets his hands on a bunch of cloning cylinders and OG templates, and then he reclones Rex. Yeah, that's Project Necromancer. So I got the Flash Gordon Free Comic Book Day one shots, and actually all of the art is in black and white. And this is written by Jeremy Adams, who is a tremendous writer, currently killing it on Green Lantern. I'm gonna save that one for like second to last. Going to bed. Going to bed. Okay. It's just asking. My wife picked up this My Little Pony Friendship is Magic one shot that also comes with a Gem and the Holograms one shot, both by Boom Studios. Here's one for you. I think you're going to love this one.
Okay.
Aquamanatee.
Yes. Obsessed.
Aquamanatee.
Is it a manatee that can breathe underwater?
Yeah. It's great. Let me see here. Oh, there are two. Oh, then there's also Aquaman team coming up too. So he gets his own team. So there's that. Here's one for you. Vault's doing Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Okay. I'm 25% of the way through the second one.
Okay. I still DNF'd the first one.
I have a friend who, like, I trust her recommendations with my life, and she's like, you got to get through.
Yeah, I get it.
But the Audible, I think, is still doing their 2-for-1 credit sale through tonight, and they put all of Dungeon Crawler Carl books on there. So I have the second and the fourth one in audiobook. So
nice.
I bought them, so I have to at least listen to those ones.
Nice. So have I told you about like one of my favorite comic series of all time?
I don't think so.
This is Something is Killing the Children. It's about monster hunters.
Okay.
This is written by James Tynion IV. So this is called Road to Slaughter. This was the comics giveaway day thing, not Free Comic Book Day, which so this is a prequel to something that I picked up yesterday, but this, oh my god, this series is so good. So good. It's about this monster hunter named Erica Slaughter.
Great name.
Yeah, so she's from the House of Slaughter. And like that's like some of the artwork like right there.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's about these monsters that kill children, and like the only people that can see these monsters are the children and the monster hunters that fight them. And the monsters are actually manifests of the children's fear. So it's so good. It's so good. So I can't wait to read that one. Then they also had leftover Superman Day stuff.
Ooh.
So I was like, you know what? We're gonna do that. So let me see here. We'll do that, and then we'll do that. And this was the other free comic book day one that I got. This is the DC Next Level sampler that comes with Lobo, Batwoman, and Deathstroke. All three are great. I've read them on the DC Universe app. Shameless plug. Okay, so this was the Supergirl Day special edition. This is Supergirl's superhero pets. And there's Crypto.
It looks really cute.
Yeah, it's from the same guy that drew Aquamanatee. So like there you go. And then on the back we have Superman's guys good guy gang. And it comes with Guy Gardner like at the bottom.
That's great.
Yeah.
I still need to read. I have it on my freaking nightstand and I haven't picked it up because I'm like, I don't know if this is something I want to binge before bed, but the graphic novel prequels to the Shades of Magic trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. But I think I mentioned that they came with little cards.
Yeah. Yeah, you were telling me about that.
And I think they're cool. And I don't know, I'm nervous to start it because I'm like, is this like a lunch break project? Is this like you do it in one sitting?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited because Maggie Stiefvater is one of my favorite authors, and her series, The Raven Cycle, is being made into graphic novels. And I know the second one is coming out this summer, and I don't know if they've greenlit the third one or not. I'm like, at this point, they have to do them all.
Yeah.
But the artwork for that one is a little different than what I would expect, mostly because the author has done a lot of her own art for the characters. So it's weird to see the artist's rendition.
Yeah.
And then have someone else pick up the project because she has an entire tarot set she made.
Wow. That's awesome.
For the series, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And she did it for another one of her books. But yeah, it's weird to see like different art styles.
Yeah. No, Rod, I am not. This was Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow first issue reprint. This is what the Supergirl movie is based on.
Okay.
And then you see, sorry, I was listening. Supergirl #1. And then you can see Crypto and Streaky, her cat.
We love it.
Yes. And there's just a little bit of the artwork for that one. Then this is a DC Finest of Superman. This is Superman Time and Time Again.
I appreciate the dinosaur. I love that. Yes. That's a whole mood.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of the artwork and a guest appearance by Booster Gold. I love me some Booster Gold. Written by, or the creators, Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern, and Bob McLeod. All amazing Superman creators. Dan Jurgens especially. And then this was Superman #1 reprint, written by Joshua Williams with art by Jamal Campbell. And I believe this starts the Super Core story. Yeah, but then you've got Jimmy Olsen, and yeah, it's really cool. And then I picked up one DC compact. Actually, I've gotten 4 DC compacts lately. So let me see here. Yeah, there we go. So I read Flash Rebirth. This is written by Jeff Johns, with also Francis Manapul. This was fun. This was, also, I mean, that's from the Francis Manapul, Jeff Johns run. This leads into Flashpoint. It's fun. It's good. You'll like this one. Batman versus Jack the Ripper.
Okay, I'm here for it.
It's Gotham by Gaslight. This is an Elseworlds tale. It's very cool. Yeah, and like there you go. There's Batman already trying to stop Jack the Ripper.
There we go.
Yeah, it's really cool. I did get this wasn't last weekend, but also this is Batman White Knight. What if the Joker went sane after Batman beat the shit out of him?
It's a good
Gotham by
one.
Gaslight was a great movie. Um, oh shit, that's right. It does also have the Mr. Freeze special too. That's really cool. Hi. And then here's my most recent compact. Nightwing leaping into the light. This is Batman versus Elmer Fudd is hilarious. Tom King wrote the hell out of that. This is Tom Taylor's Nightwing run. This is amazing. It's Dick back in Bloodhaven, and here's just like some of the art. It's just it's so good. It's so beautiful. And then the spine, like you have the Robins crawling up the wall. Like it's so cool. All right, most recent pickups. Fall of the House of Slaughter #1 from Something Is Killing the Children.
That's a
Can't
cool
wait to read
cover. I
this.
like that cover a lot.
Yeah, I love. Wait, if you read this series, wait till you realize like what the different mask colors are. You'll love that. And I believe this is about Maxine Slaughter. Yeah. Um, and this one, oh, I'm so excited for this one. I love my Absolute Universe so much. This is Absolute Wonder Woman 16. This is the back. This is the front. The crossover with Absolute Batman. The first time they've ever met.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
It's a very shiny cover too.
My wife gave it to me like at the comic book shop, and she's like, "You don't have this one." And I'm like, "No, I don't. I need it."
I like her. She just knows. She's like, you don't have
Yeah.
this.
Speaking of Absolute Wonder Woman Volume 2. This is called As My Mother's Made Me, which I can't wait to read this one. I mean, here's just a little bit of the artwork by Hayden Sherman. It's just amazing. And then this is my favorite Absolute series. This one's my favorite. I love this one. Absolute Superman, Volume 2, Son of the Demon, and yes, that is Ra's al Ghul in the background who trained Batman, but in the Absolute Universe, he's actually a billionaire.
He is gigantic. He's a big boy.
He is. Wait till you see Absolute Bane. That dude is massive, too. And there's just a little bit of the artwork by Rafael Sandoval. So
that's really pretty.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. So, yeah.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I have his name correct. But yeah, next I went to the panel featuring Dan Dos Santos.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting to hear him talk about how like he's trying to do all this DC stuff and these projects, and they can't do the Punisher anymore.
Oh, like with Marvel.
How pissed off that he can't. And people are like, oh, because of Marvel? And he goes, no, because of white supremacy.
Yeah. So there's a there's a Absolute Batman annual #1 where Batman is beating up white supremacists and like ICE agents, and people were pissed off about that. And it's like Batman would so totally beat up fascists, like even in this dark, gritty universe. So yeah, I get it. And people were trying to get that canceled too. So, yeah.
But yeah, he had a lot of cool arc that he showed off. But yeah, like definitely was like, yeah, unfortunately, I can't do these characters because of like X, Y, and Z. And I thought it was interesting where just you have like this guy, and for a living, he does like paranormal romance book covers and then Spider-Man. like that's your portfolio. Like he loves doing the paranormal romance book covers. Like he was showing like all the monster ones, and then it would be like boom, Green Lantern.
I love it. Have I told you about my favorite Green Lantern story that also has an LGBTQ plus character as the main character?
No.
Yeah. This one, This one I think you'd really enjoy. It's another murder mystery. Far Sector with Sojourner Mullen.
Okay.
This is written by N.K. Jemisin.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
I'm shocked. I guess I shouldn't be shocked. I don't really know. I've read one of her books and I wasn't quite like vibing with the fifth season,
Yeah,
but I need to pick her up again.
like that's some of the art by Jamal Campbell, and it's amazing. So yeah. Anywho, I've talked too much. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's what we're here to do, though. We're here to
I know.
talk, and then people get to make fun of us in the comments.
I know, and
They
they're
get to
probably
get
like,
sassy with us.
"Oh, I know." I'm probably gonna get a bunch of texts from Rod like after the show where he's just like, "Why didn't you talk more about Maul, huh? Why didn't you talk more about Maul, huh?" Like,
We did. You just missed it, Rod. You should have gotten here earlier because we went into it, and I'll give my recap for Rod.
he was here most of the show.
Show was 90% fight scenes, maybe 10% plot. Half of the dialogue was people just screaming no. Predictable plot, but the art was gorgeous. The animators deserve all their flowers, and I know that they were just like head over heels of the fact that they were able to animate a fight scene through a waterfall.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Like, I'm shocked I have not seen snippets of that online and screenshots of that online. Because you go back, what, like 20 years ago, and they didn't even know, like, we were still trying to figure out how to animate rain. They animated
Yeah.
rain really for the first time in the second Shrek movie.
Yeah. They also like when they showed the water hitting the blades and like fizzing off the blades, like that was really cool too.
Now, I will say is again part of my pitch to get you to watch Arcane, which this shouldn't even be a pitch. You should just be agreeing with me.
I will start it tomorrow.
There's so much detail in it, and people always talk about how it's like they locked the like animators in the basement for a few years. But the second season, they were talking about a character who shows up to like the final battle, and has like an axe with like chains attached to it. And they presented their drawings, and the studio was like, "We don't have the money for chains. Like, you got to figure something out." And then they're like, "And a week later, we got the money for chains."
For entertainment purposes, it was like 90% ass whooping. No, I get it. I get what you're saying too. Real quick before I let you go, how's your Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough going?
I am stuck on a fight right now.
Okay.
I'm stuck on a fight. I tried it for a few hours yesterday, and I'm realizing that I've done a lot of things in the wrong order because I kind of went back and stumbled into a lot of like really easy fights.
Okay.
But I'm in one, and I just need to figure out how I'm going to stop getting my butt kicked in a specific. So, I'm underground.
Nice.
I'm underground right now.
Do you need to play a different game like while you figure it out?
I thought about it. I'm such though a like single playthrough person. I know if I switch, I'm not going to come back to it.
Okay.
I still haven't quite caught on why everyone is so obsessed with it.
Okay.
And I think part of it is I'm not really into games where I have to spend like 20 minutes in a room searching a bunch of empty vases in the hope that something's in one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when it's like so slow to get to other ones. But I say right now, like every fight in Baldur's Gate 3 right now is a humiliation ritual. But I really do like the fight mechanics. I'm just trying to figure some stuff out.
All right.
And I might just be underpowered, but like there's no real way to like churn in this game.
I get it. All right. Well, I'll message you in a little bit. Okay. Like after the show. But yeah, that's it for tonight. Sorry, I have to go. I gotta do something real quick for the wife. So that's it. She needs assistance with something.
Assist your wife.
Thank you. Hope that you all have a wonderful week. We will see you next week. B, thank you once again. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.